Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's blog. A very good morning to you wherever you are on the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Dear friends, it is a beautiful, beautiful Friday morning to you. Yes, the day after our game against FC Noah. I said it that at the bridge there will be floods of goals, and indeed, there has been floods of goals. Chelsea, FC Noah, Noah's Ark, yeah, they submerged into the waters. Dear friend, well, what would I have to say? What would I have to say about this game? FC Noah, within 21 minutes, 4 goals in 21 minutes. In the Conference League, 4 goals in 21 minutes. My goodness. It is true, the opponents that we faced, they are not strong. It is like a training match, like a trial game, or practice game, or I don't know what words to, or how to describe it. But look, there are so many positives in this game. It ended Chelsea 8, FC Noah 0. Chelsea 8, FC Noah 0. Chelsea's biggest ever win was 13-0. Yes, 1971-72 European Cup Winners' Cup. That was when we won. Our highest ever goal scoring was 13-0 over Joannese Hatcharaj in the 1971-1972 European Cup Winners' Cup. Oh yes. And at that time, Chelsea was 6-0 up at halftime in that game as well. Like yesterday, like last night. By halftime, Chelsea was 6-0 up. But it ended, second half, it ended 8-0. Dear friend, what do you make of the game? A lot of talking points. A lot of talking points in the game. But quickly, before we continue, interesting lineup today. Yes, very interesting lineup. Very interesting. When I saw the lineup, I'm like, wow, this is a very interesting one. Because a game where we have McGuay heading the attack, we have Christopher Nkuku playing number 10. Are we going to be seeing Christopher Nkuku playing against Arsenal in replacement of Cole Palmer? Is that what we are about to see? Is this a trial match to see how Christopher will fare in that position, number 10 position? Because that's where he played. We had McGuay heading the attack, and at least the young man scored his goal. Christopher Nkuku scored 2 goals. One was a penalty, actually. Joao Felix scored 2 as well. Mikhailo Moisés scoring 1. Tosin scoring 1, and then the Sars is scoring 1. 8 goals. And look, this is my post-match reaction, friends. And so I'll hit the issues right on top. McGuay's work rate. McGuay, the young 18-year from Barcelona, his work rate is actually insane, dear friend. His work rate is insane for a striker. Not many, will go and win tackles and pass and give an assist. Not many strikers does that. Not many. Tariq George, my goodness, another young star. Another young star coming up. Listen, it is true. This game seems to me like a trial match to test our players. But they delivered. They delivered. We could have scored maybe 10. They delivered, honestly. Maguire's work rate it's insane. And Enzo Fernández showing his class. He is not on the scoring sheet. He is not on the scoring sheet, but he actually showed his class. Maybe this could be the turnaround for Enzo Fernández in the season. He showed his class. He imposed himself on the game. He dictated the game from his position. Yeah. Enzo Fernández dictated a game. Top class. performance from Enzo Fernández. He gave 3 assists in 20 minutes. Enzo Fernández giving 3 assists in 20 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. Maybe, when I say this is his best game of the season, 3 assists in 20 minutes. Interesting lineup. Looks like we finally will get him to play that half space. Because if you look at the work rate of Nkuku, Kopama, Nkuku and Enzo Fernández, even though Enzo struggled to score, to get himself on the score sheet, but I think he did extremely well. The player that I put my eye on most was Enzo Fernández and Mykhailo Mudryk. Yeah. You see, when I see Mudryk play, I'm like, wow, this guy is getting his form back. When I see him play, I'm like, wow, Mudryk is coming up. He scored 1 goal, remember? And he gave, his XG was 0.48. His XG, he had 44 touches. At 44 touches, he had 23 out of 29 accurate passes. Key passes were 4, crosses 2, long balls 2, shot on target 2, shot off target 1, dribbles. Look, his performance last night, Mudryk is really making a case for himself against Arsenal. He's made a case for himself against Arsenal. Yeah. I am not surprised about their performance. I understand we played against a lower team, not a team that would have expected in a European competition. But the work rate of the players are something we need to commend. Enzo Maresca, our head coach, his work with the players is really yielding results. Individual players and their performances on the pitch of play. They don't seem like a team that is unhappy at all. All of them seems happy. Joao Felix seems to be very happy. Every player that you saw on the pitch of play seems to be very happy about what is happening right now. Top class performance from Enzo Fernández again. And listen, it is my post-match reaction. I will not take you far, but I want you to understand something here. A player like Tariq George, for instance, registered the joint most chances creation. Tariq George, he registered the most chance creation for Chelsea against FC Noah. 6 touches in the opposition box. 6 touches in the opposition box. Tariq George. All these things are issues. They are things that we need to be proud of, because if a player like Tariq George, a free player for that matter, would deliver in such a game, no wonder the scoreline was 8-0. Yeah. You see, the funny thing about Chelsea's win last night is that those who win, those who play the game and score, won't be used in the game in the Premier League against Man City. Against Arsenal. That's the most funny aspect of it. The player that played the game last night and won 8-0. The most funny thing is that all 11 of them might not be facing Arsenal. They scored the goals, but they might not be used in the Premier League. Hence, the momentum truncated. The momentum of this game will be truncated. That is the only challenge. All 11 that started the game might not be starting against Arsenal. Might not. They won clean sheet, 8-0. But all 8 of them might not start the game against Arsenal. Maybe one. Maybe one out of the 11 that started the game might. But I'm not even sure. And they delivered 8 goals. With this momentum, going to meet Arsenal. This is the kind of squad Chelsea have right now. going to be a set of new 11 against Arsenal. Set of new 11 against Arsenal. You are getting it from me. Yes, a complex team to manage. That is the most funny thing about it. I am happy we've won. But my challenge right now is that this momentum should have been carried into the Arsenal game. But unfortunately, all 11 might not be starting up against Arsenal. One or two might come from the bench. Maybe one might be part of the first 11. Even that, I doubt it. That is the complexity of this Chelsea squad. That is the complexity of this Chelsea squad. What a devastating game for FC Noah. 4-0 in 21 minutes. And yet none of these players, Moisés, Christopher Nkunku, João Felix, who was on the right side? Maguire, Tosin, Disasi, Enzo Fernández, Dewsbury Hall. None of these players, even the subs, none of these players might be starting a game on Sunday. Just imagine. Tariq George, Nkunku, Felix, Moisés, Gueye. They were the 5 players that headed the attack. We have Viega and Enzo in midfield. Then we have Disasi, Tosin, Badashile in defense. Then Jorgensen. None of the 11. None of this. 8-0 it ended. What are your thoughts on the game? Dear friends, I will not take much of your time, but I just want you to understand something. Our focus now is shifting towards the next game, Arsenal. Immediately, we have no time to waste. Chelsea's focus is now shifting immediately to our next game against Arsenal. It is very important that we get a 3 points against Arsenal. It is very important that we get a 3 points against Arsenal. Christopher Nkunku has more goals, 10, than Mo Salah, who has 9. Kylian Mbappe has 8 this season. Even our fringe players, they have more goals than players like Mo Salah of Liverpool and Kylian Mbappe of Real Madrid. Yes, Christopher Nkunku. He had 10 goals so far this season under his belt. Dear friend, 8-0 Chelsea. And the goal scorers, Adebayo scored the first goal. It was a header. Yes. Then we had Maguire scoring. Axel Disasi was also on the score sheet. João Felix was on the score sheet. Moisés was on the score sheet. João Felix again, that's the second goal for him. Then Christopher Nkunku scored a penalty, and the last goal again from Christopher Nkunku. Yes, 76-minute goal. He scored a penalty in 9 minutes, and then 76 minutes, the last goal, making it 8-0 against FC Noah. Chelsea, we are this trophy, Conference League. I don't think Chelsea will ever play in this league anymore. From now onwards, this year is the last season that my club Chelsea will play in this competition. This is far below. As a matter of fact, UEFA could have just declared these teams, I don't know why, or for the sake of formality or for the experience of those clubs, they will be proud to play against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, it is a good exposure, a good experience for those teams, some of their players to even travel to London to face a club like Chelsea, at Stamford Bridge. So it is good. It is good. Dear friends, let me hear from you all in the comment section. I'll leave you guys. I should be back in the next one. Yes, we will analyze the game more and then we'll move towards our next game, Arsenal. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.